Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss few more questions from 058042 and it is from March 2021. We have discussed already first 4 questions in the previous video. So let's start with the question number 5 here. This is a diagram ABCD, a quadrilateral, and after joining the diagonal BD we have 2 triangles as well. A part is calculate angle ADB, means angle ADB. This angle we need to find. So let's mark this angle as X. So we can see first thing, this is not a right angle triangle. We can see that it doesn't look like a right angle triangle. So if it is not a right angle triangle, it means we cannot use the SOHCAHTOA. So next is when we are dealing with all the sides and one angle, then we have 2 rules, Sine Rule and Cosine Rule. And in Cosine Rule we know that all 3 sides are involved and the one angle is involved. So we are going to use the Cosine Rule here. So from Cosine Rule, in Cosine Rule we need to first of all we need to remember the Cosine Rule, and the next is how to use it. We have to find the pair. Pair means angle in its opposite side. It would be very helpful in that case, because once we are using the Cosine Rule, one formula we can use by this pair. We can use 4.4 square equals in a cycle in a clockwise direction. After 4.4, 9.7 comes, so 4.4 square equals 9.7 square plus next side 8.6 square minus twice of these two, that is 9.7 into 8.6, and cos of the angle opposite to this side, and that is here X. So from here we can directly write cos X, and if we remember the other formula, like by transferring everything to the one side and have cos X one side, then we can use directly that formula. Now here cos X would be 9.7 square plus 8.6 square minus 4.4 square divided by 2 times 9.7 multiplied by 8.6. I have transferred this thing to the left hand side and this to the right hand side, and afterward I transfer this product in the division. Now we will calculate this value directly from the calculator, and it is 9.7 square plus 8.6 square minus 4.4 square. So numerator value is 148.69 divided by 2 into 9.7 into 8.6, and this denominator value is 166.84. so we will divide 148.69 by this, and the answer is 0.891213 and so on, and hence cos X is this, so X would be cos inverse of this value 0.8912 and so on. We are going to use answer key in the place of this, and we'll use cosine inverse from the calculator, cosine inverse of answer, and this value is coming 26.973 and all till 3. This is an angle, so we'll write our answer till 1 decimal place, and at 1 decimal place it is 9 and the next value is 7, so it would become 10, that is this would be 27. So the answer is 27.0 degree or only 27 degree. I hope it is clear. Let's discuss the B part. So for B part, here we need to calculate DC. I'll bring the diagram here in this section only. So here's the diagram. We can see the this diagram. We need to calculate DC length. This length we need to calculate I will mark it as small b, just because this is opposite side of capital B angle. So here again, this is not a right angle triangle, and we have two angles involved, 65 and 42, and the two sides involved, one is known, another is unknown. So we are going to use sine rule here, and the sine rule says that b over the unknown, the side upon sine of the angle opposite to it. Again we need to take care of the pairs. So one pair is this b and its opposite side equals another side which is known is 9.7 over sine of its opposite angle, and opposite angle is c here, but we can see we don't have that angle. So by angle sum property of a triangle, we'll use this angle sum property to find this angle, and that is going to be 180 minus sum of these two angles, that is 65 plus 42. So it is 107. 180 minus 107 is 73, and now from here we can use the cross multiplication to calculate this value. 9.7 into sine of 60 degree over sine of 73 degree. We only need to take care of this opposite side and angle. If this is not provided, you have to use the angle sum property. This value is 8.7842 and so on. We can write our answer till 3 significant figure, and hence it is going to be 8.78 only. I hope it is clear. Now here's the C part. Calculate the shortest distance between C to BD. So our shortest distance is always going to be the perpendicular distance. So first of all, we'll drop a perpendicular from C on to BD so that we can see what we are finding. So here I dropped a perpendicular from C onto BD. So this is 90 degree, and this side length we have got from the previous part. Now this value we have got from the previous part, and now it is a right angle triangle. If I take it as M, then MDC is a right angle triangle. MDC is a right angle triangle. This 42 degree, corresponding to this 42 degree, we have hypotenuse, and finding the shortest distance means this distance CM is the shortest distance, and corresponding to 42 degree, this is going to be opposite. So we have opposite and hypotenuse. We'll use by the shortcut method SOHCAHTOA. We can see from SOHCAHTOA it is sine where opposite and hypotenuse is there. So we'll use sine 42 degree as opposite. Opposite is let's say CM. I'll write CM upon hypotenuse, that is 8.784. By cross multiplying, we'll get 8.784 into sine of 42 degree is going to be CM, and this is 8.784 into sine of 42 degree is 5.8778 and so on. So till 3 significant figure we can write it as 5.88 centimeter. So that's the answer. I hope it is clear. Let's discuss the next question now. Here's the sixth question. We can see this is a quadratic graph, and A part is the grid shows the graph of y equals a plus bx square. So this graph, equation of this graph is y equals a plus bx square. Now the graph passes through the points with coordinates 0, 4 and 1, 1. Means we have this point given and this 1, 1 point also given. And we can see it's a symmetric about y-axis. It means this will also pass through minus 1, 1. So these informations we have. So first part is to find the value of a and b. Let me zoom it again. So we have the 2 points given. It means it is x, y, x, y. Now we are going to substitute here. Y at 0, 4 means y is 4 when x equals 0. It means a plus b times 0. And from here we got a directly as 4. So this is 4. Now for b we'll substitute this value here, and means y is 1 when x is 1. So a plus b times 1 square, that is 1 only, and hence we got b, a plus b as 1 means b equals 1 minus 4, and 1 minus 4 is minus 3, and hence b value is minus 3. So in this way we get the value of a and b, and we can also say that the equation of curve become, the graph become y equals 4 minus 3x square. So let's discuss the b part. Here's the first second question. Write down the equation of tangent to the graph at 0, 4. So let's check from the graph directly. So here we can see the graph is attaining its maximum value at 0, 4. Means if we draw up a line or tangent here, see this is a tangent, and we can see the tangent is going to be parallel to x-axis, because it is parallel to x-axis, horizontal line, and hence the equation of the tangent would be y equals 4. Horizontal line passing through 4 is y equals 4 line. So we'll write equation of tangent to the graph at 0, 4 is y equals 4. Now third part, the equation of the tangent to the graph at x equals minus 1 is given as y equals 6x plus 7. Find the equation of the tangent to the graph at x equals 1. It would be very clear if you see from the graph. Let's check from the graph directly. If you see, let's say at x equals minus 1, at the graph, this is the tangent. This is the tangent, and its equation is y equals 6x plus 7. Now if we draw a tangent at x equals 1, we need to tell the equation of that line, that tangent. So let's say this is the tangent at x equals 1. So we can see the relation because it's a symmetric line at from y axis. So it means that this line will also pass through the y-intercept is 7. Then this tangent will also be, due to the symmetricity, it will also pass through 7, and it means y-intercept is 7. It means y equals mx plus 7. Now we need to know the gradient of the line, and we can see this gradient would be exactly same, but this line is having positive slope, and this will be having the negative slope. And I hope it is clear. Let's discuss the next question now. So we will write the equation of tangent to the graph at x equals 1 is y equals minus 6x plus 7. It's otherwise we can again understand by the help of isosceles triangle. If it is isosceles triangle, we can see this triangle is symmetric about this line, this line, and hence, and these two sides are same, and this is a midpoint, means these two sides also same. So for the gradient we require rise upon run, and here the gradient is 6, and again rise means minus 6 upon 1 would be minus 6 here. So that's why the gradient of this line would be minus 6 and gradient of this line would be 6, and hence the equation of tangent would be y equals minus 6x plus 7. B part, the table shows some values of y equals 1 plus 5 over 3 minus x for minus 2 to 1.5, and we need to complete the table in first part. So it means we are going to substitute these values here in place of x to get the y value. So for -1, y is going to be 1 plus 5 over 3 minus x. So minus minus plus 1. It means 1 plus 5 over 4. 9 by 4, and hence it is 2.25. At 0, this is got cancelled. 3 only, 3 left. 1 plus 5 over 3 now, and is going to be 2.666, and so on, means 2.67. At 1, it would be 1 plus 5 over 3 minus 1, that is 5 over 2, and 5 over 2 is 2.5 plus 1 is 3.5. So in this way we'll get 3 marks. Next one is on the grid, draw the graph of y equals this. So we need to get these points and we'll draw the graph. So let's collect these points. So let's plot these points. So we require at least minus first of all let's mark the x values we have. First one is -2, then it is -1.5, then -1, then minus 0.5, then 0, then 1, 0.5, then 1, then 1.5, and it is 2. So let's mark it. First one at -2, it is 2. So -2, y value is 2. So first point is here. Another is -1.5, it is 2.11. So 2, now we can see there is a gap of 10. So 2.1 is this point. So 2.11 would be somewhere here. Next point is this value is from the table is 2.25. So 2.5 is, this is 2.5. So minus 2.25 would be this value, and hence -1, the value is going to be this. Next one is -0.5, corresponding to x value -0.5, it is 2.43. So 2.1234. So this would be somewhere here. At 0 it is 2.67. 2.67 means close to 7. So 2.67 is this point. Next is at 0.5, it is 3. So 0.5, it is 3 here. The next value again at 1, it is 3.5. So 3.5 is here. And 1.5, it is 4.33. So 4.12333 would be somewhere here. Now let's join these points. So this is the graph. It should be smooth. That is the equation y equals 1 plus 5 over minus x. So I hope it is clear. Let's discuss the next question now. C part, write down the values of x where the two graphs intersect. So we are going to find the solution, or we can say the point of intersection corresponding x values. We can again do from the graph. So first value would be this, and we can get the corresponding x value from the point of intersection. Will come down to get the x value. 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 and 0.8. So it is in between 0.7 and 0.8. So we can take this as minus 0.75. Now for the another value, which is this, so we'll come down to get the x value. On till here it was 0.5, so this is going to be 0.6, and it is lying between this and little bit ahead of it, so I can mark it as 0.56. So those two values are minus 0.75 and 0.56. Minus 0.75 and 0.56. We can choose any other values also closer to it. It is not a big issue. That should be in some interval. That's the thing. Now the answer to part C first are two solutions of a cubic equation in terms of x. Find this equation in the form of this, where a, b, c and d are integers. We can see from the part C first, those 2 points are, actually it is given that these 2 points are solution, and these 2 points from the C first part are the intersection of the two curves. Intersection of the two curves is giving the solution, means these two values of x will satisfy the intersection. And intersection means if we equate the curves from the first, the original curve was y equals 4 minus 3x square, and the next curve was y equals 1 plus 5 over 3 minus x. So if this intersection is giving the values, it means we have to find the value from here, and that can be done by equating them. So let's equate these two curves. We'll get 4 minus 3 minus x. It's a simple substitution. I got y value as this, so I substituted here. Let's solve it once again. I'll transfer everything to right hand side, and we will get it as 3x square minus 4 plus 1 plus 5 over 3 minus x equals 0. Actually equals 0 was here, but that does not matter. A equals b or b equals a, both are same. Now it is minus 3, so once again 3x square minus 3 plus 5 over 3 minus x equals 0. Now it's like we take the LCM or multiply the whole equation by 3 minus x. I'm multiplying the whole equation by 3 minus x. We will get plus 5, because 5 into 3 minus x upon 3 minus x would be cancelled, so we are left only with 5 equals 0. Now let's simplify it. It is going to be 3 into 3 9, at the same time x square, so it becomes 9x square minus 3 into x 3x and x square also, so it becomes x cube minus 3 3s are 9, minus minus plus, and 3 into x is 3x plus 5 equals 0. Now we can write this is x cube term and it is in negative, so we can transfer everything to the another side to get it positive. It would be 3x cube. It is not required, but it will look good if we start with the positive value. So minus 3x cube minus 9x square minus 3x, and this minus 9 plus 5 will give us minus 4. To the other side it will become plus 4 equals 0, and hence this is the equation. We can see, find the equation. Question was find this equation in this form. So we have now 3x cube minus 9x square minus 3x plus 4 equals 0. And here a is 3, b is minus 9, c is minus 3, and d is 4. Here's the question number 7. Question number 7a part. The box and whisker plot shows information about marks scored by some students in a test. First question is, write down the median mark. So in box and whiskers we have the minimum value. This is minimum, where we have a vertical bar here, and the same at the last is maximum value, and in between it is median, and this value is lower quartile and this value is upper quartile. So write down the median mark. Median mark is here and that is corresponding to 70, so the median mark is 70. Work out the range of the marks. So range is always going to be maximum minus minimum. Maximum, we can see it is corresponding to 90, so 90 minus this 10 and 20, there is a gap of 5, so it means it would be 12, 14, 16, 18, then only 20. So 90 minus 12, so it is 80, and minus 2, 78. So range is 78. Now the next part is Jazz scored a mark in test that was higher than the mark scored by 75% of the students. 75% of the students. Write down a possible mark for Jazz. We can understand this question by I will draw a diagram here, a box, and you'll understand. Actually this box and viscous plot are we understand by this is going to be divided into 4 equal parts, the complete data, and each part is 25% of the data. It is also 25%, it is also 25%, all are 25%. Now this mid value means complete till here it is 50%, and that's why it is called median. Now we require the marks scored by 75% of the students, means higher than that, means if we are taking this value it is 25% of the data, this value then it is 50%, and if we take this value, this is going to be upper quartile, and this will contain below it there are going to be 75% of the data line. So this upper quartile is going to be 75, and here we can see this is the upper quartile, so this is going to be 75% here, and this value is 82, 84, 86, 86 till 86 marks. This is 75%, so anything more than that would be more than 75%. So we can take it as either 88 or let's say 87. I'll write 87. That's why the question is write down a possible value, possible mark for Jazz. So it is 87. I hope it is clear. Let's discuss the fourth question, fourth part. The box and viscous plot shows the information about the marks obtained and scored by the same students in a second test. Make one comparison between the distribution of marks in two tests. Require two things. One is median. Median is on average what is the score, and the span. So on average the data in second test, first test is less, or we can say on average the data in the second test is more, that is the score obtained by the same students in second test is increased, or we can say that improved, the marks obtained by the students are improved. And the next one is here the mid 50% of the data were in between, this is let's say 54, 53 and 86. So and here this is between 20, so this is more spread. So first one, on average students score well in second test because average marks is increased. Table shows the information about the height h centimeter of each of 50 plants. Calculate an estimate of the mean. So mean means the data, data its frequency, and here it is an interval, so we will find the mid value. So mid value 0 and 20, the mid value is going to be 10. Here 20 and 30, the mid value is 25, sorry, not 30, 25. And here 34 and 30 and 34, it is 32 is the mid value. Similarly 34 and 40, we can also get the mid value by adding the boundary value and dividing by 2. So here we can see it is 37, and 40 and 60, it is visible that it is going to be 50. So the mean would be 10 into 4 plus 25 into 9 plus 32 into 20 plus 37 into 15 plus 50 into 2 whole divided by the sum of frequency, and it is, we can take it as summation of fi xi over summation of fi. This is the formula for mean. So let's find summation of fi, that is sum of these all. 4 plus 9, 13 plus 20, 33 plus 5, 38 plus 10, 48 plus 2, 50. Any which way it was given that it is going to be 50 plants. So now we will calculate this. 10 into 4, 40, 25 into 9, it is 225, 32 into 20 is 64, 640, 37 into 15, this is 555, plus 52 is 100 upon 50. Now we will calculate these all later. 555 plus 100 plus 640 plus 225 plus 40, and this divided by 50, the answer is 31.2. So the estimated mean is 31.2. I hope it is clear. Let's discuss the next question now. Here's the C part. Some apples are weighed and the mass m grams of each apple is recorded. The table shows the result. Mass in m gram, 100 to 110 grams, it is 50. 110 to 115, there are x. 115 to 120, there are 44. And 125 to 140, it is, there are going to be 51. The histogram shows some of the informations from the table and work out the value of x. So in these type of question, when frequency histogram is given, it means frequency density is given. The hint is here. So from the first one, 100 to 110, the frequency is 50. So if you calculate frequency density is going to be 50 over frequency upon interval width, and width is 110 minus 100, that is 10, so it is going to be 5, and here it is 5. So means this is the frequency density is 5, and from here also we are getting 5. So if we calculate the frequency density for this interval, so FD, I write FD, frequency density for this interval is frequency upon width of the interval, and 115 minus 110 is going to be 5. So X value would be 5 times frequency density corresponding to it, and we can see from 110 to 115 the frequency is here according to this value is given, and it is 6, so it is 7, and there are 5 gaps, so 7.2, 7.4 and 7.6. so frequency density is given 7.6, so X would be 5 into 7.6, and 5 into 7.6 is 38. So the X value is 38. I hope it is clear. Second part is to complete the histogram. So we are going to find the frequency densities and we'll complete the histogram. So let's calculate frequency density. I'll make a row for this. Frequency density 50 over class interval, and interval we'll write it as here it is 10, and here it is 5, 115 to 125 10, 140 125 140 it is going to be 15. So frequency density 50 upon 10 5. It is given from the graph 7 point, and here it is 44 over 10, that is 4.4, and here 51 upon 15, this is 3.4. So once we have the frequency density, we'll make a block, and we have 115, 120 is not given, so 125 we require. It is 125 to 140 it is given. So let's make a bar. So this is the frequency, the histogram completely, because this 4 it is 5, so it is 4.4 corresponding to this interval 115 to 125, and this is 3, so this is 3.4, and hence from 125 to 140 this is the frequency density. So that's the complete histogram, and that's it for this video. We will discuss the next few questions in the next video.